I'm here with Danny Ryan of the Ethereum Foundation here in Prague, Czech Republic at Devcon 4. Danny, what do you do for the Ethereum Foundation?
I'm with the Ethereum Foundation research team. I help with research, I help with specifications, and I help with a lot of communication of research and specifications to the various teams implementing.
Is there anything new or exciting that you can tell us about this conference versus the other three?
It's distinctly bigger, that's for sure. We've brought in some extra help this year from in terms of managing the conference, but also in terms of getting more community feedback on the conference. In past years, it's really been a way for the Ethereum Foundation to showcase a lot of its work and bring in some community members, but as you're aware, the community has grown orders of magnitude over the past year or two, and so we've made a really big effort to incorporate more of the great projects outside of EF than just our own stuff.
Do you believe that this expansion will continue to occur this quickly, or do you feel that it'll slow down and start to kind of steady itself out? And is it a little too much? Is it overwhelming, or are you excited about all the extra attention?
Hard to say. You know, there's good things and bad things about rapid growth. I think in terms of developers, our developer ecosystem is still rapidly growing, and our tooling around how developers can get involved and build applications more secure, faster, better applications is getting better and better. In terms of will it continue? It will continue if we put the resources towards layer 1 to scale and make Ethereum as good as we all have in the vision. And you know, if we do that, then we will continue to have the sustained growth of the community and the developers. Absolutely.
Big common theme, obviously, has always been scalability and some of the issues that the Ethereum Foundation faces on a daily basis. But here at DevCon, it seems like the tone has been, we're doing a great job, keep pushing forward. Everyone is very aware of the problems and issues. Do you feel that that really speaks volumes of what your community is all about? Are you guys willing to call yourselves out and work on your problems?
Yeah, absolutely. The honest dialogue around what the problems are and the multiple paths forward for the solutions in terms of layer 1 and also the rich solutions being developed in layer 2. I think everyone is just super excited about the potential of the technology, and it seems to me that everyone's, or at least a huge portion of the community, is really willing to dig in and do the hard work to get us where we're going.
As far as what your favorite thing about this particular DevCon 4 has been, is it the silent room? Is it Neptune? Is it the puzzles? Is it something else? Or is it the actual talks?
I know exactly what it is. It's the food. In years past, the food has been from pretty bad to abysmal. It's really on point this year.
I'm here with Jackson Adams with Iove.1. Jackson, what do you do for Iove.1?
I'm the growth manager, so I help make connections, make sure that our company's message gets out to the world and we can connect blockchains.
And that's why you're here at DevCon 4?
That's right, yeah. We're making a lot of great connections with the Ethereum Foundation and various organizations that use Ethereum. Ethereum is one of the first blockchains that our technology is connecting to.
What does your technology do exactly?
So the first thing we're trying to do, or that we are doing, is making it easier to use blockchains by using a human-readable address. So instead of having one of these complex public keys that you don't remember and that you might get wrong by one digit and lose all your money in a transaction, we're providing a kind of an email address like human-readable name that you can use for all blockchains. So you don't have to just use one for Ethereum, one for Bitcoin. It's just one, and it can even trade across the different chains.
How does that affect security?
That's a very good question. It's much safer because your key isn't public. Like, your key is in our system, but you use the name instead. So, and you can use different keys, and it's very safe. It's like MetaMask.
So we would have to just trust the company, though, right? So what reason do we have to trust the company?
Okay, that's a very good point. Actually, we have our own blockchain name service that's used. It's kind of like a DNS. So it's registered. Your name is registered, so it's easy to track who's that, and it's decentralized in that way. We use Tendermint.
What are you enjoying most about DevCon 4?
So I think the energy here is really good. I think that, despite the market, everyone really believes in what's coming down the pike, so to speak.
Is it really important for the market to do well, or do you think overall that the technology will speak for itself one day?
Yeah, I think it's all relative, right? So the market is relative to like a year ago or 9 months ago, it's low. But if you think about it in terms of a few years, it's astoundingly much bigger, and it can only get bigger as adoption increases.
I'm here with Daniel Kamak from Chronologic. Daniel, what do you do for Chronologic?
I'm a developer for Chronologic.
And what does Chronologic do?
We are doing scheduling transactions on Ethereum. So basically there's no native way to send transaction at a later time. So what we do is we make it possible for people to schedule transaction in a decentralized, trustless way by using incentivized market. So on the one side we have people who schedule transactions and they pay a little bounty for people who execute, and on the other side we have those people who are running the nodes and execute it. So it's open from all sides, and anyone can participate in it.
What do you find to be the most helpful thing about being at Devcon 4?
So I think the best thing about Devcon is just people you can meet. It's people who really are like key in Ethereum, and you can just meet them and talk to them and brainstorm all these people. You can like set up a meeting with every project you wanted to meet, and just you talk to maybe over internet.
So the accessibility to really big names in the space, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, accessibility to really big names, getting some like integrations, partnerships done, and on the other side you can just promote your product that you're building. For example, we tell people to schedule transactions, and they do it, and that they get a t-shirt and they are really happy. They give us feedback, so we can really improve and get feedback on one side from users, and on the other side just get these partnerships between the projects.
I'm here with the Geordi Bailina. Geordi, can you talk to us about earlier this week you gave a presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, mainly we talk about self-sovereign identity. We introduced this new usage of zero knowledge on identity applications, and we just discovered that how important are zero knowledge technology for scaling identities and for privacy. And there are a lot of there are a lot of applications and a lot of things that you can do with zero knowledge. And yeah, we in Iron 3, it's it's an open source project that's trying to create this self-sovereign identity. We are working hard on just trying to define and trying to propose new protocols and ways to work in this self-sovereign identity.
How do you feel about the people that you're around, and are they helping? Do you feel like everybody is contributing really well?
Yeah, regarding these huge moments, yeah, it's an incredible community. I just put the face, or maybe I just hit the button at some time, but I had a huge community behind. And when you really feel that community, and when you feel the values of the community, well, it's when you see that this is incredible. And yeah, just having the opportunity to meet all those people, because these people that just hanging around places in the world and you don't even put faces. So having the opportunity just to talk with them, to chat with them, is when you really see how huge and how amazing is the community that we are living on.
Do you feel that we are close to resolving a lot of these issues? Do you feel like it's going to be a couple more years, or do you think it's going to be months? Or I know it's kind of hard to tell. You don't want to say anything like too brash, but do you have an idea?
Yeah, what's clear is that there is a lot of very smart people that's working hard on that. So that's for sure. There are things that are coming up. There are very interesting things that the people, especially for example, all this zero knowledge, all the scalability things, scalability solutions with different approaches that are coming on. The security. I think that every time we know better how smart contracts work. We are not there yet, but the people, it's more. They have a more concern. the quality that we see in the smart contracts every time is better. The people understand, how they work. So it's we are moving forward clearly. Now we are talking maybe about the speed and when the things will come, but I think they are in the right path. I think that 3 years ago Ethereum was nothing. So
can you tell us a little bit about Giveth?
Yeah, well, I founded Giveth after the DAO hack at the Mont with Griff. Giveth, Giveth is many things, but mainly one of the things that's important for me is just an example of decentralized community. Just trying to test this new kind of society that we want to build, and I see that very much as a if you want an experiment or if you want as a try to learn how these new societies can be self-managed and all that stuff. Of course, there is a good platform, and there's a lot of people building this donations platform, which is the main goal of Giveth, and that's where but at the end is this spirit. No, this is the spirit of that anybody in the world can just start creating any good. They want to do something good, and some other people, the other planet in the global can join in, and this and all that without asking permission to anybody. Just do it. Just do good without asking anything, and that's I think that's a powerful idea, and that's where Giveth is working hard on that direction.
What do you hope to see in the next year for the Ethereum Foundation?
Yeah, clearly there are a lot of expectations on the Ethereum 2.0. I think that scaling is an important thing, but maybe from a dev perspective, scaling is important, but if you just check in detail all the technologies, the specific technologies, from data structures, from new ideas, just the small markets, different ideas, all these time delay functions. There are very, very small pieces that are important just by themselves. So this even if it does not succeed, that it will. Yes. Maybe we can talk about how long it will take, but it will for sure. All these contributions, all this small research that are happening right now, they are already a good advance for the space. So that's what I expect. I expect seeing all that. I want them. I'm a person that I want to see the things happen. I want to see the things in the real world that really touch the society. That's what I want to see. But going from research to real world, action, that's what takes a while. And we are anxious, and the people is anxious, okay? But that's what we want. But we will get it.
Thank you so much for being somebody in the community that everybody just looks as a driving force. You're definitely somebody who just keeps pushing forward and keeps us positive and has always a plan of action. And I want to just thank you for that. And thank you so much for your time today. Thank you, Geordi. I'm here with Vanina Ivanova of Addicts. Vanina, what do you do for Addicts?
I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Addicts, so I run the marketing strategy and the marketing team of our project.
Advertising on the blockchain sounds scary. Why do we need Addicts?
Well, the thing is, advertising in general sounds scary because there's a lot of inefficiencies in the industry. The biggest one of them being, for example, ad fraud. Last year alone, $16.4 billion were lost to ad fraud, to click farms and to bots, and we're trying to combat that, and we're trying to give more revenues to publishers, more exposure to advertisers for their money, and at the end of the day, also more privacy into the hands of the end user. These are some of the inefficiencies that we're trying to solve. Another thing that we're working for is clear and transparent reporting about advertising campaigns, because there's so much lacking.
A lot of lies.
Yeah, a lot of lies, especially from the big networks that have centralized registries of the data, and they don't really provide you any way to cross-reference your numbers.
So what are you looking forward to for next year's Devcon, Devcon 5? Do you have anything in mind?
Well, we met some fantastic people and some great projects here, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress within a year. Because as you know, a year in crypto is like 10 years in real life, so it's definitely going to be very exciting. And for us, this is the first year sponsoring Devcon. It has been fantastic, so we're really looking forward to sponsoring again next year.
I'm here with Antoine Buenavista of Kyber Network. Antoine, what do you do for Kyber Network?
Hello everyone, so my name is Anton and I'm a developer at Kyber, so I mainly work on integrations and growing our developer ecosystem at Kyber.
What does Kyber Network do?
So Kyber Network is essentially a on-chain liquidity protocol that allows users to contribute or access liquidity in a decentralized manner. But the key mechanism that this provides is what we call decentralized token swaps.
How does that benefit the average consumer?
Well, think of it this way, like we have a basic payments use case. So let's just say I have a non-fungible token platform, let's say Decentraland, right? And Decentraland only accepts mana as a method of payment for buying a piece of land in their platform. But by integrating Kyber, you actually allow your users to be able to pay with any token. Let's say I want to pay, let's say with DAI, because I like stable coins, right? But behind the scenes, we do this token swap such that the platform receives the token of their choice, which is mana, and the user gets the non-fungible token in the end. And this all happens in one single transaction and all fully on-chain.